Hey guys, how you doing? A lot of people are not at the point where they feel like they can afford business coaching because they're not even making $10,000 a month. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Sheila Bella. I am a beauty business coach. And to coach with me is not cheap. It is an investment. It definitely is a substantial investment, but I coach millionaires. I coach people who are in the six figures or at least are making six figures in their businesses. And I help them grow to, if you're in the six figures, to multiple six, to seven, to multiple seven. And because this is my zone of genius, I always say that there's a lot of things that I'm not great at, but for some reason, I'm really good at helping beauty businesses grow.
Welcome to Pretty Rich Podcast. My name is Sheila Bella, founder of Sheila Bella Microblading. I am also the American Academy of Micropigmentation Board President, and I am the CEO of Pretty Rich Bosses. I am the mother of 3 sons and the proud wife of William James Rouge III. My journey started as a broke server at a sports bar wearing a schoolgirl outfit, serving beer and avocado fries. And I got fired from that job. It was crazy. And within 3 years, I became a multi-millionaire as a brow artist. When the pandemic hit and my salon was shut down, I was devastated until I realized that opportunity doesn't go away. It just changes location. So I built my second multi-million-dollar business online, proving to my own imposter syndrome that it wasn't the business, it was me and my knack for making money. So, how did I go from being an uneducated immigrant from the Philippines to being featured in Forbes magazine, Bravo, NBC, and CEO Weekly? Well, all by the grace of God and realizing that I was my own Prince Charming. I had to be my own life jacket because I had more control over my life than I thought I did. And literally, all it took for me was to finally decide that I wasn't going to be mediocre anymore. The conversations in this podcast are going to show you that you're not alone, that really none of us know what we're doing, and it's also going to equip you with the tools necessary to help you do exactly what I should have done all along, which is to believe in myself, stop waiting for permission, and skip the line. It's going to help you create your perfect job and hire yourself as CEO. Because power is never given to you. You just have to take it. And hey, I want to feature you on this podcast. And all you have to do is text me the word podcast to 310-388-4588. Along with any and all questions that you may have, and I will answer them here along with a shout out. Are you ready, beauty boss? Let's go.
I think that 7-figure brow businesses are normal. And the reason why people don't think they're normal is because we don't talk about our numbers enough, which I think is a tragedy. Honestly, we're being so polite with one another. But the truth is, millionaires in permanent makeup is normal. I mean, before you get to $1 million, you first need to get to $10,000 a month. Am I right? So today, I have a really good one for you. It is a literal checklist. It is an action plan. And if you're still not making $10,000 a month doing eyebrows, today is the day. Here is what you do. Make sure you stick around because you're going to have an action plan as to what exactly to do to get to $10,000 a month. Who's with me? how to make 10K a month doing eyebrows, the action plan. If you have a pen and paper ready, good for you. If you don't have that yet, you better grab it because this is going to be really action oriented. Okay. Having a booked and busy permanent makeup business as a solo entrepreneur, right? And then one day scaling it, meaning, you scale away back from services or slow it down. You hire another artist one day, right? To fulfill the demand that you've created in your studio. You pay those artists a commission, and then you make money off of their efforts and you guys split the costs while you only work on the clients that you want to work on. So that is essentially the goal. Is that the goal for you? Where you at first become booked and busy, then you scale. Scaling means hiring other people to help you fulfill the demand that you've already created. Okay, so doing that whole thing in permanent makeup is called building a business and then scaling. Building a business and scaling in permanent makeup, that's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. Okay, that's what that feels like. That's the whole thing. That's how you build it and then you scale it. So that is a tall order. And after building 2 multi-million-dollar beauty businesses myself and mentoring others to scale their own 7-figure beauty businesses, I've found that it's not about the different tactics that you apply. I find that the most important thing in achieving that lifestyle is the mindset, first and foremost. And the mindset that you have, right, that determines what you focus on. So the challenge here, right, is that the mindset you need to have is different from one stage of your business to another. The mindset that you need to have when you're first building the clientele, right, and creating demand and establishing relevancy in your business and then building that audience is not the same mindset that you need to focus on once you've built that repeatable sales process. Once you've built that clientele that's solid, that's bringing in more people. Now you have to have a different mindset to scale that, to hire out, right? You have to have a different focus during that particular stage, right? When it's time to clone yourself, you need to have a different focus, a different mindset. You know the saying, what got you here won't get you there. We're going to solve this problem and we are going to uncover together what it is that you need to focus on in each stage of your business and what changes in mindset you need to focus on and what changes in mindset you need to make. So when you first go from 0 to 6 figures to multiple 6 to 7 figures to multiple 7 figures a month, which I've done before twice, right? The mindset that you need to have is different. Guys, I always talk about my strangers to clients formula. It is a completely free resource for those of you who haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you've been following me. I talk about it all the time. Just DM me the words strangers to clients and I'll send you a link to go grab it. It is literally the type of content that you need to be creating to turn complete strangers into clients. Creating 10K a month, at least in your beauty business. Right? So today we're going to get to the action plan. So if you're at a point where you're not earning $10,000 a month yet, the power of yet from doing services, let me start with the good news. Who wants the good news? Because this is all about taking action. Now, I'm going to tell you all of the things you don't need to do. First of all, I'm going to tell you all of the things that you don't need to worry about right at this moment. Okay. So here's the good news. You do not need to worry about fancy funnels, fancy, shiny funnels and tools. The next thing you don't need to worry about is Facebook ads. If you're dabbling in Facebook ads and it's not working, there's a reason because you're worrying about that too early. You don't even need to worry about that right now. You also don't need to be worrying about having the perfect location. You're like, oh, I don't have the perfect studio. My studio is not appealing enough. It's not Instagrammable enough. Or maybe you're like, I'm not in the right part of town. If only I was in a strip mall with more traffic. You also don't need to worry about that right now. And then the last thing you don't need to worry about before we get to the action plan, you also don't need to worry about looking like you have money on Instagram. These Lifestyle posts, you don't need to worry about that right now. Or ever, by the way. So I am going to give you the two big kahunas. If you are not at a point yet where you're making $10,000 a month in your beauty business, there's two things that you do need to worry about. Only two. What you need to focus on plainly is marketing and sales. It's actually very simple right now. Marketing and sales. You don't need to worry about operations, systems and strategies. You just need to hustle and just worry about marketing and sales. So this is more about showing up. You got to show up. Show up when people are looking for your services and having that know, like, and trust factor. Showing up so much that they feel like they intimately know you. And these days, you can't get away from social media marketing. A lot of people in my program are allergic to social media, and we found ways around it. But honestly, if you really want to make a quick impact, if you want to make fast cash, that's a thing. Fast cash is a thing. Social media is the easiest way. It is just the shortest distance to fast cash. The platform is free, and organic marketing is the best bang for your buck because it's $0. So right now you need to focus on connecting with your audience and understanding them, and be the most relevant option for them. So a lot of times, sometimes it's about quantity. It's about maybe you're not showing up enough. Other times it's about quality. Maybe you're not showing up in the right ways. And honestly, I'd love to take a look at your marketing strategy. If you want me or any one of my advisors to take a look at your marketing strategy, I am offering free strategy calls that are 60 minutes long. Number one, to see if you're a good fit for our program. And number two, we're going to take a look at your marketing strategy and tell you exactly what it is that you're doing wrong. And all you need to do is send me a DM with the words "I'm ready." And we will go ahead and book you with a strategy, or just go straight to sheilabella.com/apply. And then I'll hook you up with a complimentary strategy call. Okay. So, during this process, when you are showing up, it's either lack of quality or lack of quantity. But the point is, you still need to show up. During this process, between 0 to 10K, the focus is purely to get that money in the bank. The focus is not fancy funnels. It's not anything else. It's purely just to increase your bookings, get money in the bank, period. It's not online shopping, by the way. While you're on your phone is not online shopping. It's not buying more fancy things for your studio to make it more Instagrammable. At this stage of your business, your focus is to sell and get as many services under your belt as possible. Because the point of it is to get more money in the bank so that you can reinvest that money in your business later, right? Once you've built a steady sales process and people know who you are and what you do, once you have that going, this is exactly how I started Sheila Bella Microblading 12 years ago. I focused on making connections with people. I focused on making a buzz in my town about me and my services. I focused on being known locally. I walked up and down Ventura Boulevard and introduced myself, in person, to all the hair salons, the nail salons, to all the Medi spas, to Chamber of Commerce's. And I made connections with people, and I wanted them to know that, hey, there's a microblading place in town. I actually met her. She's great. You should go to her. I wanted to be known around my town. And that is how, by the way, me getting known around town was how I ended up making $20,000 a month after grinding for under a year. I started, especially in brows, because it's so expensive, right? The price for our services, for like a good service, is pretty pricey. So getting to $20,000 a month doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. If you count, like, let's say you have a $500 ticket and then like a $200 touch up, it doesn't take that much time. It's like pretty much like a part-time job of actually doing the services itself. But the marketing part of it, you have to put effort in. You have to hustle, right? So I want you guys to not focus on Facebook ads. I want you to focus on getting good at marketing your business organically. Organically meaning free. Don't pay for anything yet. Don't pay for any fancy marketing, anything yet. You need to learn how to get good at organic marketing for free until then. Okay. The point of this is you're going to make that money, put it back, put it in the bank. Don't touch it so that you can later reinvest it in your business when it's time for you to actually invest in some real money into marketing. So let's go through that again. Okay. Here's the list. Here's what you need to do to get past $10,000 a month. Ready? Number one, to make it more actionable for you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to list it out. Forget about shiny tools and funnels and Facebook ads. Forget about shiny tools, funnels, and Facebook ads. Number two, find out who your target clients are. Are they moms? Are they fitness girls? Do they live downtown? Do they live in the suburbs? And work on being known in those local communities. That's number two. Number three, I gotta shake some of you. Shake your shoulders. Number three, I want you to commit to creating content. I've found that the more consistent you are, the better your content gets. Don't focus on quality right now. I want you to focus on just being consistent. Don't focus on how many people are liking your things right now, how many people are watching. Don't focus on numbers. I just want you to focus on the action itself and focus on being consistent. Because content is a game of volume. It's a game of volume and consistency. The whole thing. It's not, stop overthinking it, because the content game is a game of volume and consistency, plain and simple. Those are the three things. Last thing, number four is the last thing. Learn how to sell through that organic content. Get into sales, read sales books, watch sales videos, dive into the world of sales head first. Your purpose right now is to create enough momentum through your organic content, right? Consistently, so you can have that steady sales process and learn to sell through that. And then once you do that, bank that money so you can play it and plan for the long game, so you can reinvest in your business in the near future. Okay? 4 steps. This is how you make an impact on your personal economy. This is how you change the financial trajectory of your future. This is how you change your family's financial legacy. This is how you make an impact. This is how you become seen as a leader in the beauty industry. This is how you get to multiple 7 figures one day. Guys, again, if your marketing efforts are up, but you're not sure whether it's the quality of your marketing or the quantity of the number of posts that you have, and you don't think something's working, something is off, I want to invite you to sign up for a complimentary strategy call where we can pinpoint whether or not it's quality or quantity, or might be both. It might be both. And also to find out if you're a good fit for our program, Pretty Rich Bosses. And all you need to do is go to sheilabella.com/apply. Go to sheilabella.com/apply. That's my time for today, you guys. I will chat with you later. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the week. Bye.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to today's episode of Pretty Rich Podcast. If you want to continue the conversation longer, check me out on Instagram. It's my favorite place to connect with you guys at Real Sheila Bella. I'm happy to answer any of your questions or simply to chat and get to know you better. And if you end up doing something super awesome like screenshotting this episode and reposting it on your stories, that would put the biggest smile on my face. Don't forget to tag me. I appreciate every share and love feedback from my listeners. Also, do you have my number? Because if we're going to keep hanging out, you should probably have my number. So you can actually text me. That's right. You can text me at 310-388-4588. And if you're sick and tired of doing business alone and you're interested in accelerating your success by hiring a business coach or joining our mentorship program called Pretty Rich Bosses, go ahead and just apply. Why not? Check it out. Go to sheilabella.com/apply. and we'll schedule a free strategy session with either myself or one of my advisors. And of course, I gotta include my kids, so here to send us off are Bo and Gray. Gray, say share with your friends.
Share with friends.
Please review my mommy on iTunes.
Mama iTunes.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Hey, Bo, can you tell everybody what our family motto is?
Yeah. I can do hard things.
I can do hard things. Good job, buddy.